Hey, what's up everybody? Dave here with another new comic book day haul and recommendations video for all of you. And before I get into the comics, I'm going to do my customary shout out. And this episode's shout out is for Commenting Collector. And this is a channel that I discovered via another great channel, Collectaholic. And Commenting Collector does mainly card pack rips, and he's got a lot of old card packs also that he's repping, and also giving away. But he also does videos about some autographed collectibles, and with regards to giveaways, he does a bunch of cool giveaways, one of which I actually participated in recently, and that was to show your non-sports cards. And I actually really liked that one, to the point where I'm gonna actually keep that going as a video series down the road to show off my card collection. So that was really cool. It was nice to get that inspiration from him. So thank you, Commenting Collector, for that inspiration. He's also a big supporter, and at the time of this recording, he's at 125 subscribers. So if you have not checked out his channel yet, there's going to be a link in the description box below. So please go check out his cool content and give him a sub. You won't be disappointed. Alright everybody, so let me show you which books I picked up. I'm going to start out with a couple of books that I picked up this week that actually came out last week. First up is going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures, issue number 5 from IDW, and this is the cover A. And then we got Conan the Barbarian, issue number 3 from Titan Comics, and this is going to be the cover A. Second Coming Trinity, issue number 6 from Ahoy Comics, and this is the only cover for that issue. And then we got a nice little trade paperback here, Batman the 1989 movie adaptation. That's a damn cool cover right there. Whew. Really awesome. I was looking forward to that for a long time. Alright, now on to this week's books. We got Darkwing Duck, issue number 9 from Dynamite Entertainment with the cover A. And we got Void Rivals, issue number 1 on the 4th printing. It's from Image Comics. Got a few different reprints here. We got issue number 2, Void Rivals, 3rd printing. And issue number 3, Void Rivals on the 2nd printing. All of those with Transformers characters on them. And then Void Rivals, issue number 4. Was the first print, it just came out this week, and this is the cover A. And then I got a few Transformers variants. I actually bought a whole bunch online, but I don't have them yet, so I'm going to do a separate video down the road when I get all of them, because I went a little overboard and got a bunch of retailer exclusive covers, so look out for that down the road. Anyway, we got issue number 1 from Image Comics, and this is the cover A. And then we got the cover B. And then we got the cover C, featuring my partner in crime here, Soundwave. Look, it's you, man. That's right. And we got a nice little battle cover here with Optimus Prime and Starscream on the cover D. And then we got the 1 in 10 retailer incentive, cover E. Another cool Optimus Prime versus Starscream cover with Laserbeak coming in the back there. And this is the 1 in 25 cover F retailer incentive. And then the blank sketch cover. Okay everybody, so lots of really good books in this haul, but now I'm going to give you my top 3 favorite. And I'm going to start out with Conan the Barbarian, issue number 3 from Titan Comics. Jump in, let's check out some of the artwork here. Alright, Soundwave, if you would please, thank you. Alright, so this has been a really good series so far, loaded with a lot of very detailed and gory action. In this issue, we got Conan and Brissa making their way through the citadel that they came upon at the end of the last issue. And they find a number of Conan's people being held prisoner. When they had encountered the previous village, they thought that everybody had been killed, but apparently some of them had been taken prisoner. And after a quick fight with some of the zombified or cursed, however you want to put it, beings, they end up freeing the prisoners, and Brissa is tasked with taking the weak and weary to safety, while Conan and the rest of them delve deeper into this citadel, looking for whoever's in charge or wherever all these other hooded figures are going. They disguise themselves with some hoods from some figures that they ended up killing, and they infiltrate a dark ritual that's taken place. And several people who were taken prior to Conan's arrival, several of the prisoners, are thrown into a strange pool of water. And from what I gather from it, it looks like it's like absorbing their souls, basically. Conan and his men end up being found out, and a huge, brutal battle ends up happening. And Conan ends up one-on-one with the priest who's running the show. They eventually both fall into the crazy, ghastly pool of water. And the battles are really good, and they're really good and brutal and detailed in this issue, just like the other issues. And really enjoying the artwork in this. And I've enjoyed the writing so far too in this series. And this one has a little bit of a cliffhanger ending to it. It has me wanting the next issue like really badly. After I read it and I saw the last page, I really was into it, and I was really like, oh crap, how the hell is he gonna get through this now? He's in this water, and you saw how quickly before it was killing those other people, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does to get out of this before he ends up getting killed. So that's why I'm definitely looking forward to the next issue and seeing how he works this out. Alright, so next up is going to be Void Rivals issue number 4, Image Comics. Let's jump in. We can check out some of the artwork here. A bit more. All right. All right, so I'm still enjoying the artwork and the writing in this series. It's been pretty good so far. In this issue, well, actually, at the end of the last issue, Solila has betrayed Derek, and in this issue, they end up landing on her home world, Zertonia. I'm really butchering a lot of these names. I'm terrible with pronouncing these crazy names, so just bear with me. Solila ends up receiving kind of a hero's welcome, even though she ended up failing in her mission. But the fact that she brought Derek back as a prisoner is praised by the premier, who seems like he's the leader of this world. Derek is known to him, and he considers him to be a valuable prisoner who can be traded for valuable resources. Solila ends up slipping up when she's talking with the premier by showing a little bit of compassion or concern for Derek. And when she ends up being asked if they saw each other's faces, he knows right away by her slight hesitation that the answer is yes. So then at that point, she ends up being thrown into the same cell as Derek, who is at the time having a little funny back and forth with the handroid that he has. And the banter between him and the handroid is often very funny. And the fact that the handroid is very resourceful is pretty cool as well. It's kind of like it's basically like a separate entity that can kind of move his body even when he was unconscious. It's pretty interesting, the characteristics of this thing. And I felt like with the banter between the two. It's not as funny as Barbaric, but it's sort of similar. The banter between Owen and Axe is kind of similar. This was sort of similar to that, in my opinion. But anyway, the Premier goes to a private chamber. He ends up taking his helmet off, and he speaks to another individual via transmission. And he's talking about the situation with Derek and Solila. There's a very interesting surprise in who it is that he's talking to, so I'm not going to spoil that part. There is also in this issue a cameo by Shockwave and the bounty hunter from the previous issue who has his Quintesson prisoner, but it really isn't much. It's like 2 pages, you know, one full page is just of Shockwave himself, and then the other page is, you know, the bounty hunter and his prisoner. But it's my one complaint about this issue is that it really has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on. I mean, maybe further down the road they're gonna give us an idea of how this is all connected, but right now it feels like it was just shoehorned in there because Transformers issue #1 was coming out. So it really was just a waste of 2 pages, in my opinion. So that's my only one gripe about this issue. It just served no real purpose. But I'm definitely interested in the story of these 2 main characters, and I'm looking forward to seeing where things go from here. All right, now, last but certainly not least, and I'm sure you can guess which one this is going to be. The Transformers. Issue #1, Image Comics. And I'm going with the villain cover here. Let's see some of the interior artwork here. All right, Soundwave, thank you. I know you like this one. All right, so this was one of the most highly anticipated releases of the year, in my opinion. You know, and I had some high expectations for this book, and it really didn't disappoint. I enjoyed this read. I do wonder why they changed Skyfire's name to Jetfire. His name was Skyfire back in the original comic and the cartoon. They changed it to Jetfire back in the day for the toy, so I don't know why they changed it to Jetfire here. If somebody knows, please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, they changed things up a little bit here by having Jetfire find the Ark and him using Teletran 1 to start reactivating everyone. Of course, he starts with Starscream because Starscream is his friend. And though the issue is that Jetfire has apparently been gone for centuries. He went off on a mission to try and find resources and such to try and save Cybertron. So he's unaware that Starscream is now evil and that there was a war going on between the Decepticons and the Autobots. And he finds out that Starscream is evil when he witnesses him basically brutalizing Bumblebee's deactivated body. Now, Teletran 1 continues reassembling both Autobots and Decepticons, and a fight ends up ensuing between Optimus Prime, Starscream, Skywarp, and Soundwave, as Ratchet, who has also been revived, is loading up the deactivated Autobots into Optimus's trailer, which of course, just like the old days, just kind of appeared out of nowhere. So I wonder if they're gonna actually go into like why that is, like what happens with that trailer when it just like kind of disappears and reappears, like what that is. I'm fine if they don't, because it's one of those funny little Generation 1 mysteries that hasn't been solved. So I like it. I actually kind of hope that they just keep it as a mystery. But anyway, Spike and Carly have returned in this series, and they had earlier stumbled upon the Ark just prior to Jetfire coming in and starting to revive people. They actually witnessed the fight, and they even help Optimus Prime retrieve his weapon to get a little bit of an upper hand. The Autobots end up making their escape, and they hide out in an abandoned quarry. Eventually, Starscream goes out to retrieve materials because they need energy and other materials to repair Teletran 1 so that they can revive the other Decepticons. And in the process of doing this, he shows just how freaking ruthless he is. Because he ends up going to a work site of where Sparkplug is working with his buddy, and they end up running, and he grabs Sparkplug's buddy, and he's holding him in his hand. He's like, oh, this is like really, really weak and fragile. And then he like squeezes him. He's like, oh, squishy. And he just pops, just squeezes him so hard that the guy's body just freaking explodes. And I was really surprised to see that. I was not expecting them to do that in a Transformers comic. The last page has the guy's body basically exploded in Starscream's hand, and Starscream is laughing. So this was a really good first issue. It gave me just enough of what I wanted, and I'm a huge G1 Transformers fan, so I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes. The artwork was really good in this book, and the cover is really cool. And I love that they're going with the G1 designs and stuff. It's my favorite. It was a really action-packed issue, and the writing was good. I really enjoyed it. My one complaint really would be that, Sparkplug has this like grim, like kind of bad attitude. But they're alluding to something of having happened with regards to, I'm guessing, a family member having died. So I guess it'll be better once they actually explain it all. But I thought that was a little weird. But again, it doesn't take away from how good the book is, though. But I'm definitely looking forward to the next issue. Alright everybody, so that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider hitting that good old like button and subscribing to the channel. And everybody that's already subscribed to the channel, thanks very much. Really do truly appreciate all of your support and kindness. And leave a comment down below if you like. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've read any of these recommendations, or if you have any recommendations of your own, or just say hi. I always love hearing from everybody. And also, don't forget, CBC Awards. I'll have a link to that in the description box below. Voting is on now for the actual award winners. So please go check it out and vote for your favorite content creators. Alright, so until next time, be safe, be well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.
I'm just